It's much bigger than, downtown El Paso. It's much bigger than the rescue mission. It's much bigger than Texas. It's a nationwide problem. My name's Nicole Roulet. I'm the Director of Marketing here at the Rescue Mission of El Paso. And being in a border city, we've always had, a migrant presence at our shelters, but since September of last year, that presence has significantly grown. The Darien Gap is a 60-mile stretch of jungle that a lot of migrants have to pass through, especially coming from Venezuela, which is a big majority of who we have here. So in that jungle, there's no roads, there's wild animals, poisonous plants. A lot can go wrong in there, and it's mostly run by cartel who traffic the people through. I heard of a gentleman here who went into that jungle with 900 people and came out with 400 on the other side. So that jungle is essentially just a big graveyard, but it's part of passing through on foot. There should be a process that is, attainable for everybody, but that's the problem, is that for a lot of people there's so many obstacles and the whole process is so complicated and drawn out that it creates this sense of desperation, this sense of urgency of, am I going to make it through? Am I going to be able to stay? Am I going to, grow roots here? Am I going to be able to do that? Or am I going to be uprooted and sent right back to where I started with nothing? There's so much that people have sacrificed to come here. They've left everything they know behind. They've sold everything they have. They've sacrificed months, sacrificed limbs, sometimes lives. Sometimes people don't make it here. There's a lot of people who were trying to get here who didn't make it, and so there's a lot of sacrifice that comes with coming. And when they travel through, there's a lot of cartels, a lot of mafia that they encounter that take advantage of them, who don't see them as people but see them as products to be moved and profit from. Also, they see the women as products to be sold. It's not an easy decision to make. It's not an easy journey to get here, and it's not a sense of entitlement that I see from most of the families staying here. It's a sense of desperation. I think it's a huge problem in this whole factor of things, because for cartels, they're kind of incentivized to get these people through because that's a profit for them. They can make money off of that. But again, they don't see them as people, they see them as products. And so there's many people who, in the middle of their journey, even though they've paid at the beginning, in the middle, they'll up the price. And if you can't pay that price, you get killed or someone gets ransomed. I personally have seen a video from a migrant woman here who she was coming with her uncle and her cousin, and that's what happened to them in the middle of their journey. They upped the price. They were only able to pay her way through, and so she showed me a video on her phone that they had her sent to their family of her uncle and her cousin. They're begging for their lives and they're being beaten with machetes. It was just so horrific, but that's normal for migrants passing through. That's not an unusual story for something like that to happen. There's a lot of kids who have seen their parents either killed or raped in front of them too, and so there's a huge psychological factor into it too, that these migrants are very traumatized and have incredible trust issues. So for them to get into a white van to come to a shelter takes a lot of trust for them, and that's how desperate they are, is that they have to nitpick every decision they make. They're very unsure and very vulnerable because of what they've been through. Usually, especially the kids, when they come, you can see it in their eyes, like that they've seen things that no kid should ever have to see. It really is a humanitarian crisis. I was raised to believe in school and taught to believe in school that, our country is one of the greatest countries and we are built on immigrants. Some of our best entrepreneurs have been immigrants. That we're a nation of migrants. I was taught that the Statue of Liberty is the mother of migrants, and I was taught her inscription of "Give us your hungry and your poor and your huddled masses yearning to breathe free." And, ideally, I think in a perfect world, that is exactly who we are. But realistically, when you live in a border city and you see the reality behind those things, it's disheartening, and it shows that, the principles or the reputation that we've had in the past isn't coming true today.